Hey guys, this is Zach with Sweet CG. Have a video here to show you about something really cool. It's not entirely related to Sweet CG, but Sweet CG customers can definitely benefit from it. So, what do you do if you have NDI sources, such as Sweet CG's really awesome NDI scoring graphics, or some NDI video source from a camera, from a PTZ Optics or a Bird Dog, or NDI Spark, anything like that, but you have an older TriCaster that can't be upgraded to TriCaster software that supports NDI and is still stuck on the old Airsend Net 1, Net 2 inputs. What you do is download this new program that allows you to convert NDI to the older Airsend protocol. So I worked with a guy, his name is Martin. He's from the UK. He runs ZEN Computer Services. A lot of people in the NDI community probably recognize that name and that company. He does a lot of stuff just kind of on the side with NDI software, and he distributes the software for free. He's not a full-time professional software developer per se. He's more of a hobbyist. So I reached out to him a couple weeks ago, explained my concern. We're here in my production truck. I have an older TriCaster in that same situation where I can't upgrade it to TriCaster's control software that supports NDI. So here I was with my own Sweet CG NDI software, and I couldn't even get my software to run in my own production truck without like key and fill outputs with a Blackmagic card and all this other stuff, and taking up 2 inputs for a key and fill. So talked to him about this, explained my my situation and how this couldn't benefit just me, but I think there's probably a lot more people out there who are in this same situation where at this time they just can't afford to upgrade, and their older TriCaster's working and they don't really see the need to upgrade yet. But they would like to take advantage of some of this NDI stuff, but they can't. So I'm going to show you this software here. First and foremost, well, here we are in my production truck. We're still unloading for a basketball game happening later tonight. Control surface, there's my multi-viewer, but I've turned it into like a single, just a program feed output. And then there's my user interface for all the control stuff. So, and then over here I've got Sweet CG running, and I've got the basketball graphic loaded. You can see the clock there. That's sending out an NDI feed right now. So that doesn't work with this older TriCaster, so I come over here to this NDI RTx, or retransmit. What this program is originally designed to do is to help distribute NDI sources if you have several sources that need to grab an NDI feed from a computer, but there's too many, more requests for the source than the computer's network card can handle. So you can use this software to run on a second computer to take the feed from the source and move it over to this one, and from there go off to several different other computers. And then you can even do this, let's say a third computer is running this and it's grabbing it from the second, and so you can exponentially increase the number of destinations. I don't know that you'd ever need to do that, but you could. So I talked to him about this, like, hey, could this be converted to be turned into a converter as well? And we got the SDK for the older Airsend stuff. And now what you do when you load this program, this is a free program. What you do here on this little button that says NDI, you give that a little click, and that changes to Airsend. That tells you it's now doing a conversion to Airsend. Then, since this is really designed to operate on a different computer than the source NDI location, you would want to uncheck this exclude local sources, because I have this running on the same computer as Sweet CG. So now we can see here, we want to select our Sweet CG feed, and then you can see the source appears here, and we got this little clock running. So now let's head over to the TriCaster and come over here to Net 1, and oh, there's our source. Boom. There's our score bug right there. So what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to come back over here, I'm going to minimize, and I'm going to start the clock. It's going to run at 1/10 of a second intervals, under 1 minute. And I'm going to see if we can frame this up in such a way where we can see both clocks. In my earlier testing, we were getting about 2/10 of a second latency, which is not bad, all things considered. I'm trying to find a happy medium here between the two sources. I'll have to pause this when it's all done. I want to say it's about 2 to 3/10 of a second, and you know, that's not perfect, but you know, there's got to be some allowance here. You're doing multiple conversions, and if you're running on the older software, not in a position to upgrade right away, like, you're just gonna have to deal with it, to be honest. So, but still, this is a great way to get NDI sources into the older TriCaster software without having to use capture cards or output cards to do like key and fill, or even just key and turn it into a SDI feed, especially if you're looking for key and fill with graphics. That's what I was originally doing here with a version of NewTek Connect, and I had to do a Luma key on it for reasons I won't go into, but having this Airsend feature has just totally made things easier, and that's what NDI is supposed to do. And now those users who are on the older TriCasters can get the benefit of NDI with this program that Martin came up with to convert it to the older Airsend protocol. So if you have any questions, I'm sure that Martin would be happy to answer them. The link to his site is going to be in the description for this video, and be sure to thank him for this if you end up taking advantage of it. Like I said, all of his stuff's free, but he's more of a hobbyist, so like, it's not guaranteed to work, but usually his stuff works. So he's a great guy. If you end up using it, be sure to thank him and for putting this together for us. Thanks very much, guys.